ranking every live event in Fortnite from worst to best. My game crashes every time I watch one of these, but you know what? Let's rank them. Let's get into it! Alright, cut the cameras. Seriously, guys, this is actually getting out of hand. We are literally so close to 50,000 subscribers, and like 2 videos ago, I was like, yo, guys, we're so close to 40k. Yeah, well, now it's almost at 50k. That is crazy. I can't even count that high. I forgot to do the intro. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today we have a pretty anticipated video. I've been seeing a lot of people requesting it, especially when I put polls in my community tab about the recent live events. There are so many people that want to see me do this, so here it is. Also, the shoutouts list, which you're seeing on screen right now, is absolutely insane. It is so long because there's so many people that want to see me do this. So here you go. Shout out to you guys. Also, for those of you that don't know, my gameplay recently has been from Arena. I'm a huge bot, and I'm trying to see how far a bot can get in Arena. Kind of like what Cypher PK is doing, except I'm playing it way more conservatively. And not gonna lie, it's very hard. I keep getting bopped and bopped and bopped. It got so bad I had to acquire some assistance from my buddy Cosmic, and we still got bopped. Arena's just really hard is the moral of the story. Also, the last thing I want to say before starting into this video is that there are going to be a few events that I just am not going to put on the list. And I know that may sound weird, but hear me out. So some of those events that aren't going to be on the list are things like the New Year's event where they just put a disco ball in the middle of the sky for like 10 seconds or whatever. I wouldn't really count those as live events. Also, some people consider the meteors in season 3 to be a live event, but it wasn't an actual live event. The destruction happened while we were offline, and this is also being recorded before chapter 2 season 3, so if there is some form of doomsday event or whatever is apparently supposed to happen at the end of the season, it hasn't happened yet, but that's only for future people. That's not for people who are here right now. Anyway, let's get cracking into this list, shall we? So coming in at the number 10 spot, I am putting the Party Royale concerts. Now, these were the concerts that actually inspired me to make this video, because if I did it any later, there would be more than 10 events, and it would kind of mess up my scorecard thing, and I'd have to do an 11th spot. Doesn't really work that well. But the Party Royale concerts, I think, are probably the best live event to come in last place. It's just really hard to compare to the other live events that they do, because the other live events are so friggin' good that they just can't really do that or have the team right now to do that during quarantine or whatever's going on. I have no idea. I sit inside all day anyways. It was definitely on the lower side for production value from Epic Games, but it makes sense as to why it was, so that's why it's in at number 10 for me. By the way, guys, I just want to say this list is entirely my opinion. You don't necessarily have to agree, and I've only been in-game for 3 live events, and those were the concerts. I haven't actually been in-game for any other live events, so maybe that'll have an effect on the list, but I hope not. Moving on now, guys, to the number 9 spot, I am putting the Star Wars event. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this event, I wasn't there for it, obviously, like I said. It was cool for like the first minute. I get that they released a teaser trailer in the live event, but at the end of the day, it's still an ad for something. It had nothing to do with the progression of the storyline, which kind of sucks. And then they dropped lightsabers, and then it just went downhill from there. Moving on now, guys, to the number 8 spot, I'm putting the Ice King Snow Over. Now, when I did this video like 8 months ago, but I actually put this one in last place, and a bunch of people were like, why? It was so good. And for storyline purposes, yeah, it was really good. But for the overall event, it didn't really do much otherwise. It was really short, and it kind of just cast an eternal winter over the map, which didn't stay for long. Very temporary. But it was cool how Ice King came up, swung his arms around, and then there was snow everywhere, and I get that he was trying to defeat the prisoner, but other than that, it didn't really do anything crazy. In my personal opinion, I just think it has to come in at number 8. Moving on now, guys, to the number 7 spot, I am putting the Unvaulting event, which is also merged with the Volcano event. It pretty much happened at the same time. And I keep forgetting to mention what season these were a part of. This one was from season 8. So basically for this event, it just allowed players to vote for one item they wanted back from the vault. Everyone brought the spam meta back to the game, and I was kind of an F in chat, and I didn't even get to vote. But then on top of bringing the drum gun back, they also exploded Tilted Towers. So not only did we get the most spammable weapon back, we lost Tilted. and a bunch of other places, but most notably Tilted. We never saw Tilted after that day. R.I.P. Tilted. Okay, what else we got? So apparently this event also didn't work for like half the amount of people that wanted to see it in game, so then they got gifted a free glider or something like that. So even though half the people couldn't vote or really have a say about the drum gun, it still worked out in the end. Yay. Moving on now, guys, to the number 6 spot, I put the Marshmello event. Now, this is one of the 3 events that I actually got to experience live. I think I actually experienced it twice. I can't remember, though. It was a while ago. This one happened in Season 7, and essentially, Epic built a stage for Marshmello in Pleasant Park. He came in, he did a bunch of songs, it was really hype, and that's pretty much all you gotta know about the Marshmello concert. It was really good, and it doesn't compare to another concert. But that's because it happened like a year before, so you gotta kind of take that into consideration. It did have no progression to the storyline, but it did have a lot of cool stuff, and we got a Marshmello skin in game. I really don't have much more to say about this concert other than it was freaking fire, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Moving on now, guys, to the number 5 spot, I put the Rocket event, and this one was actually the first event to ever happen in Fortnite. Live event. Yeah, it was the first live event to happen in Fortnite history, so that's pretty cool. It's gotta be worth something. Other than the fact that right after the rocket launch, Ninja started killing everybody, it was really good. It also set up the rest of the storyline until we pretty much know Fortnite now, so that's really epic as well. You know, it was really, really good. It was a really good event. It offered a lot. Super cool for the Fortnite community to see, but I just think the top 4 are slightly better than it for some other aspects, so that's why it's coming in at number 5. Moving on now, guys, to the number 4 spot, I put the Butterfly event, or the Kevin event. This one happened throughout seasons 5 and 6. It was kind of one continual motion. Basically, just a giant purple cube got spawned and made its way around the map, and then it exploded, and there was a butterfly, and everything was beautiful again. I don't know what happened to Kevin. All I know is there is now a statue of him at what is that place called? Steamy Stacks, that's what it's called. But this event was really, really cool. I tried to experience it on mobile, but my game crashed, so that was great. I thought my phone was gonna explode. Luckily, it didn't. It was really good for its time, and it was game-changing. It really was game-changing, which is why I'm putting it in at number 4. Moving on now, guys, to the number 3 spot, I am putting The End. Now, the reason The End is coming in at number 3 and not any higher than this is because it literally killed Fortnite for like 4 days. And I didn't get to play. I just got to stare at Fortnite's butthole, which everybody else got to do. And it was really fun waking up on Tuesday morning to see the new season, but at the same time, it killed Fortnite. And it brought the old map with it. F in chat for the old map as well. I keep saying chat, but it's actually comment section. So The End, basically what happened is the giant meteor got sucked into a rift. The rocket ended up multiplying into like 60 different rockets or something like that. How that happened, I have absolutely no idea, but it did. Somehow it created a giant rift in the sky. Everybody got shot out into space, and we got to watch the old map get destroyed. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that event. The special effects were really, really cool. It was a really visually appealing event. It was great. Moving on now, guys, to the number 2 spot, I am putting the Travis Scott concert. Now, the Travis Scott concert was just recently put into the game, and I believe the reason why people don't like the Party Royale concerts is because Epic definitely outdid themselves with the Travis Scott concert. This thing was freaking epic, and I know it has nothing to do with the seasonal story, which, by the way, we haven't had one to do with the season story since Season X, which was The End, which was number 3. We actually haven't had an event actually do something for the storyline. Maybe we have, I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure we haven't. Since the end of Chapter 1, everybody in the community that I talked to, and I even put a poll up about the Travis Scott event, so many people loved this event. And the only people who didn't actually enjoy this event were the people who didn't like the music. Anyone who I talked to that didn't like the music still liked all the effects. Epic really, really nailed it with this concert. Good on them. So that's why it's in number 2. And guys, and some girls if you're watching, coming in now at the number 1 spot, I am putting the Monster vs. Mech event, which took place at the end of Season 9 and brought us into Season 10. So basically, if you haven't heard of this one or seen it, which I don't know why you might not have seen it or heard it, but maybe you have, I have no idea. Seen it or not, basically what happened is a giant monster emerged out of Polar Peak, swam around the island for a few weeks, Singularity built a giant robot, and they fought. And then the robot one arm flossed on the monster that it killed. So now that you're all caught up with that event, basically it was really, really cool. Although it would have been really cool to have seen a lot of noticeable damage around the map, again, couldn't have happened because of World Cup. What happened was still really, really cool what they did with this event. The entire thing was just one giant fight. Basically like watching Logan Paul and KSI, but it's a little better and less babyish. Sorry to any Logan Paul fans out there. But unfortunately, I didn't get to experience it in-game, but from what I've seen on on clips and stuff, it looks like it's probably the best. It did a lot for the storyline, and it just was really cool. So that's why it's in at number 1. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Let me know down below what your lists are, because I know it's going to change depending on how many events you've seen in game or what you like, because if you really like Star Wars, maybe that's your number 1. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy the video and want to support me even more, you can leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're super close to 50K, which is nuts. And I'm recording this on Mother's Day in North America, because I'm from Canada. I just realized, though, that Mother's Day isn't the same in the UK, and maybe it's not the same in other places, but if we got any moms watching out there, you are all super duper appreciated. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you in the next video. Peace out.